Hello everyone, this is your host Legend, and welcome back to my channel. This is the continuation of my Zero to Hero series for the game Warhammer 40k Tacticus. In this challenge, we are considered hero only once one of the 4 Guild Raid meta teams have been built up to Diamond 3. We left off starting the Indomitus Mirror campaign after our failure to fully clear Indomitus Battle 60, which saw us fighting Plasmancer Thutmose. His forces were too powerful for our units to overcome, and we were humbled by defeat. In the last video, I briefly covered how the Indomitus Mirror campaign is laid out and the forces we will face. For this video, we start with getting our units ready for battle, namely Aleph-Null. Summoners are already very powerful when it comes to campaigns, and Aleph lives up to this. Aleph has a powerful summoning active ability, a great passive ability to help heal multiple units, and is a potent mechanic overall, making Aleph-Null this campaign's carry. Makhotep is a ranged unit who serves well to buff those around him. In this video, he is at common rarity, so he doesn't have access to his far better passive ability, but his active ability does allow our summoned scarabs to attack again and potentially duplicate. Other than this, he isn't that powerful and should be a backline unit. Hexmark Destroyer Imospekh is a ranged unit who excels at letting enemies come to him. His active ability allows him to fire a range 2 heavy hitting barrage that starts with 6 hits. For each kill, a hit is added, and the ability will keep firing until all enemies in range are dead or 0 hits remain. His passive allows his Overwatch trait, when active, to do more damage and stay active after defeating an enemy, albeit with 1 less hit. The Indomitus Mirror campaign doesn't introduce us to any mechanics we aren't familiar with, and due to it being not a tutorial campaign, it proves to be much more difficult. Some of the difficulty comes from the Inceptors and the Mark X Gravis trait they have, which can make them significantly more difficult to kill. Eliminators are also very potent due to the heavy weapon and Overwatch trait they have, which generally means we need to move more carefully around the battlefield versus the Indomitus campaign. On top of that, we only have access to 3 of the 5 Necron units we can use in this campaign, so we are severely outnumbered as of now. Despite these factors, battles 4 through 14 don't prove to be too difficult. As long as our units have been appropriately leveled, we can clear these battles with ease, meaning we rapidly advance onto our battle against Vindicta, the first boss of the Indomitus Mirror campaign. Battle Sister Vindicta is the first boss at Battle 15. She is a ranged unit with a built-in area denial due to her being able to set hexes on fire, and she also has an AoE effect. Her active ability, Armorium Cherub, allows her to target an enemy within 2 hexes and deal 4 hits of flame damage. The damage dealt will depend on the level the active ability is currently. Vindicta's turn does not end if she uses her active ability. Her passive ability, Fire of Absolution, makes any ranged attack she performs, rather normal or her active ability, hit any unit adjacent to the target. This does include your own units. This will do 3 hits of flame damage to any unit hit by it. Any empty adjacent hex has a 30% chance to also catch fire. If I'm being honest, this boss fight wasn't difficult. As long as you keep your units out of Vindicta's range on turn 1, you can easily jump her and defeat her. The auxiliary units she has are not much of a threat. Do make no mistake though, Vindicta can and will easily overpower your units if given the chance to, so some caution must be taken during this fight. The Indomitus Mirror campaign isn't our only option for continuing the fight. We will now take a detailed look at the mainstay of this challenge, Guild Raids. As stated in previous videos, Guild Raids is the staple team-based mode of Tacticus, which sees you and your guild fighting over 11 unique bosses to carve your guild's name at the top of the Guild Raid leaderboards. Guild Raids have 2 main parts to them, primes, which are the mini-bosses, and the bosses themselves. Each boss has a set of unique abilities that affect how you fight against them. These abilities and their power are influenced by the boss's position in the Guild Raid Tower and the remaining health of their primes. The first boss to get the honor of being showcased on this channel is Tervagon, who belongs to the Tyranids, and as such, Tyranids are not allowed in battle against him. Guild raid bosses all have an optimal way to be fought. Your team and strategy are the two most important factors, with strategy being the most important. You can have a perfect team, but if you don't know how to use them or bait a boss into a correct position, you will lose out on thousands of points of damage. Tervagon's fight is not difficult. A good priority when facing Tervagon is getting him into a position that gives your units the most high ground hexes possible, and locking him into that position since he doesn't have the instinctive behavior trait. High ground gives a flat 50% damage bonus to all attacks minus abilities with the no modifier text, and can make a 100k damage run become 150k damage if not more. Another mode we can run to help improve our power level is Onslaught. Onslaught sees you deploying your characters against a horde of Tyranid units ranging from Hormagaunts to Ripper Swarms to Tyranid warriors. Tyranids deploy in waves every 2 rounds, with the number and type of units varying. The main purpose of the mode is to give players another way to gain badges, a variety of resources from Onslaught crates, and another way to gain shards, badges, and ascension orbs for your units via the honoring system. After some grinding in Onslaughts and general upgrades to my characters, I give Indomitus 60 another go. I managed to clear the level, but with massive losses, meaning I do not get a 3 medal clear. I try a few more times to get the 3 medal clear, but unfortunately it was to no avail. I am still not strong enough to clear the battle completely. And seeing as I can only barely pass the battle, I am still not advancing forward in the Indomitus campaign, and instead will refocus on the Indomitus Mirror campaign, which has its own issues. Levels 16 through 21 is where we see the biggest difference between the normal and Mirror campaign. Most of the levels are twice as difficult, and considering I only have 3 of the Necrons as of now, things aren't about to suddenly get better. And in fact, I stall out on Battle 21. Between the 5 Inceptors that tank nearly every hit, and the Eliminators that in turn have amazing protection, my Necrons are barely the correct level for this. So again, we are left with the question, where do we go from here? Well, I got some work to do, and I will be doing it off video to unlock the Fall Acadia. I plan on doing it off camera, for it's just a lot of grinding that isn't going to be very interesting. On top of that, as of recording, the Mythic Celebration is about to start, so I'm saving energy on this account to take advantage of Snowprint's most generous event to date. When the event drops, I plan on making a video on it, so please keep an eye out if you would do so. For now, I leave you with my latest 10 poll. Will it be any good?